Okay, so does everyone have a copy of the notes?
Remind you, you have to report this
Yep. Alright, so last week we were working with addition and subtraction with polynomials, so we will be moving on to multiplying them. So first we're just going to start off really small. We're going to start with multiplying monomials. So just like with number one, just so you have something to look at, the steps we're going to take are, we're going to drop the parentheses, if both of them, and then after that, we're going to insert multiplication symbols. So let's do that first step. So drop any parentheses, and then just insert multiplication symbols in between each factor. That's what our first step is. Okay, and after that, next thing we do is rearrange our factors. So, okay, I'm gonna write it this way, and I'm gonna ask why I should do that. So why should I put 3 and 6 next to each other?
Because both are just numbers. We can multiply them together.
Not like terms.
Well, they can become multiplied.
Right, we can multiply those together, because 3 times 6 is
18.
18, right? So, we do that right underneath it. 3 times 6 is 18. Now,
We really can't do anything with those.
why?
Because when we combine,
Are you sure?
well, we couldn't we multiply 18 times x? Because 6 was just with x.
What can we do with x squared and x? Why?
We can multiply.
Russell?
Multiply them together and get x cubed.
So if we multiply them,
You're not adding that.
2 times 1.
it's 2. So if we multiply them, we're not getting x cubed, right?
So we just get x squared, and then we get 8.
So if we, in order to get x cubed, what would we have to do, Russell?
Add
We'd have to add them?
Which that's.
So is that really x to the first power?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you were on the right track, you just didn't say, you just said multiplication instead of addition. So why can we add our exponents together here? Why did Russell think that we could add our exponents together?
They have the same variables.
Close.
The x's are the same.
They have the same base, right? Because x squared and x to the first have the same base. So when we multiply those together, we can simply add our exponents together. So 2 plus 1 is?
Wait, so it is x cubed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright,
So you add.
so you guys try number 2 by yourselves.
Is this right? Oh, congratulations.
Alright, so first thing we do when we're multiplying monomials, we drop any parentheses we have and then just put in our multiplication symbols. So just drop everything, put those multiplication symbols in there, then we rearrange it. So how would I do that? 2 times 5. Okay. Alright, then, after we do that, then we just multiply everything together. Yes, London?
Isn't A and B like together though?
No. But when you add
No,
multiplication signs between everything, then
But
it's like,
isn't it one thing and then
Because you're adding multiplication signs in there. They're different variables.
so?
Because let's just look at that 2ab cubed right now. So, is this whole thing really saying 2 times a times b times b times b?
yeah,
So we have b cubed, and that means that b is being multiplied by itself how many times?
3.
3. So
It's
we have,
just B, not A.
yep, this is b cubed, right?
Yeah,
So that means b is being taken times itself how many times?
3.
3. So we have that. We still have 2a, right? So we have 3 b's times a times 2. So this is all one thing, but a and b are separate variables. Alright, so after we rearranged everything, we just multiply. So 2 times 5,
10.
10. Is there anything that we can multiply a with?
No.
No, so we just have a, b cubed times b squared,
B to the 5th power.
b to the 5th. Right. So, is this pretty straightforward so far? Yeah. Alright, you guys do number 3 by yourselves.
Fraction scares me.
Hmm?
What do you mean there's nothing?
We'll get to that. That's
So-
who's the line?
So was that my problem? Okay, that's
What?
right. That's really scary.
I get that.
No.
He's just gonna confuse me.
Why is it
Negative 1.
That's good.
why is it positive Y in the red?
Hmm?
Where'd you
In
go?
like the
Red.
red
Here.
number letter things?
Yeah.
Why is it a positive?
Cause you had a positive Y on that side.
Because the y to the first, that came from right there, our first monomial.
It's
Then we have y to the 4th, that came from our third one.
I don't know, we'll just wait for
It was
them
that
to
way, and then you change it to positive value.
Disregarding
You know,
It is -1 minus.
Alright, so if you guys remember on your rule, what was it?
What?
Well, I'm trying to think. That anticipation reaction guide where you had a question where -5 squared and -5 squared.
Oh, so the negative is just a separate number?
Unless there was a parentheses that's saying -y is being taken to the 4th power,
Okay.
but this just says y to the 4th times z to the 5th. After you're done with all that, hey, there's that negative sign. So whatever you get, you're still gonna have to put that negative sign in. So, we dropped all our parentheses, put in all our multiplication signs, rearranged it. So now we just multiply everything out. 1/3 times 12 is what?
4.
4 times -1 is -4. X squared times x cubed.
X to the 5th power.
X to the 5th. Y times y to the 4th.
Y to the 5th.
Y to the
Fifth.
5th.
And
Z squared times z to the 5th.
G7.
Z to the 7th.
Where's the actually? Oh, there it is.
I don't like it for that negative
It's not my fault.
one. No, I'm just saying, I don't like
Who
that.
created
I
algebra?
had it all right.
Who created
That
algebra?
negative.
You just went to college and spent all the money.
That's no one person. Alright, so do you guys think that you have a good grasp on multiplying monomials together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, we will now move on to multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. So, in number 4, which is the monomial and which is the polynomial?
Isn't the polynomial the one in the parentheses?
Why?
I don't know because that's what polynomials. Parentheses polynomials. They both start with P's.
You don't need to know. Could use alliteration, so
Alliteration.
Polynomial means more than one,
I've
so
never been good.
you have to take one thing by.
Yeah, so 3AB is a monomial because it's just one group of factors being multiplied together. This is 5 plus AB. Since there's that addition sign, that makes it a polynomial. So, when we do take polynomials times a monomial, all we do is use the distributive property and multiply each term in our polynomial by whatever we have on the outside. So everyone remembers the distributive property? I hope so. So, when we use the distributive property, we take whatever's outside and distribute it to each term that's on the inside of our parentheses. So, first thing, 3AB times 5A. Then we have that plus sign, we distribute 3AB to the second term.
We made it really long.
Hmm.
So these made it really long time.
Some of them, yeah.
Wait, and then do we just drop our parentheses? That could be-
Right. So, once we distributed our monomial to each term, the first multiplication we have before the addition sign, is that just a monomial times monomial? Is this a monomial? Is this a monomial? Do we just do that up top on our notes?
Yes.
So do you think you guys can do that one?
I have no clue.
Can you just do that first part?
Possible.
No.
Why?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go for it.
Just do it first.
What's that?
Just do the first part before the addition sign.
Oh, I already did all of
Well, good for you, Tyler.
I honestly don't think you like that.
No, I like Tyler.
that. Oh, thanks. Stop when I got. Oh wait, that's the other side. Here, go wait.
And then just-
Did I do the whole thing when you
just add that. Alright, fair enough.
Alright, so, did everyone get the first multiplication thing done? Did everyone get 15a squared b? Yeah. That's good. So, we did our first multiplication, now we can do the second one. And we just keep on bringing everything down. So, same thing over here, we're multiplying monomials together.
3A squared.
So we have 3ab squared. Bring that down.
15A squared plus 3AC squared.
All right.
Would you
So, are we done here?
No,
I hear yes and no.
still have to combine them.
Can we combine them?
Possibly.
Yes.
You have to do multiplication.
Are there like terms up here?
Yeah.
15 and 3.
Would there be multiplied by a squared b?
You have to multiply.
15a squared b,
No.
a squared b, and ab squared. Can we combine those?
No, I don't know. Yes.
So did I do this?
This is confusing.
Okay.
I think they're confused with, we're done multiplying. Okay, are we?
Oh,
Are we done multiplying?
Yeah.
Yes, so now we're looking to see, can we add these terms together because they are like terms? For terms to be like terms that have variable parts, what has to be true about their variable parts?
They can, they have to have the same exponent.
They have to match exactly, they have to have the same exponent. The a has an exponent of 2 in the first term, but in the second term, the a has an exponent of 1. Do they match? Are they like terms? Can we put them together then? No, this is as good as it gets. It's kind of like ending up with 15 x's and 3 y's and saying we can't put them together. They are not like terms. We're done multiplying, now we're trying to see if we can add.
Get there, let's see.
All right.
So we just leave it like that.
Yep, that is our final answer right there. All right, moving to the back side. Number 5. What are we multiplying together here? Monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial.
Polynomial.
Right.
I just.
What kind of polynomial is this one? Mono, bi, or tri?
Try.
Tri because
There's 3.
there's 3 terms, right? And if you guys remember when we were working with addition and subtraction, there's a subtraction sign there. So what do you think we have to do to it?
Add the opposite.
Add the opposite, that's right. That's how we start out, yep. All right, once we got every subtraction to add the opposite, now we just do the distributive property like we just did. So you guys go ahead and do that. Alright, so after we distribute, we should have 3 multiplications going on, right? Because we distribute the negative 2y to our first term, plus our second term, plus our third term. So when we distribute it the first time, we should get negative 2y times 3y squared, plus negative 2y times negative y, plus negative 2y times 4. So after that, all it really becomes is monomials being multiplied together. So you guys know how to do that. Drop all your parentheses, put in multiplication symbols, then you rearrange it. So right there, I have negative 2 times 3, what's that?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. Y times y squared is? Y cubed, or y to the third, plus negative 2 times negative 1 is? 2. Y times y is? Y squared, and then plus negative 2 times 4 is? Y. Still got one more thing to do, just gotta clean it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, anyone have any questions before we move on to the next section? Okay, now if everyone wants to open your books up to page 423, some of you have already done that, that's good. Alright, so if you guys want to look at number 6 up here, what are we multiplying together here?
2 polynomials.
What kind of polynomials are they?
Try this number 2.
Binomials, because there's 2 terms in each one, right? So, there's subtraction sign in one of them. So what do? Add the opposites. Alright. So, now if you guys look in your books, in that little yellow section on page 423, it says something about foiling, right? So in your book, what does the letter F stand for? First, yep, first terms. And our 2 binomials, what are the first terms in each one? A for the first one and then A for the second one, right? Okay, then we have O, what's that stand for?
Outer.
Outer terms, right? What are our outer terms?
The outside term.
A and negative 4.
A and negative 4, because A is the outside on our left side and negative 4 is on our right side. Then we have I, what's that stand for?
Inner.
Inner terms. And what are those for our problem here?
3 and
3 and A. And last letter L, what's that stand for?
Last term.
Last terms. What are our last terms?
3 and negative 4.
3 and negative 4. Alright, so when we multiply our first terms together, A times A, what do we get? A squared. When we multiply our outer terms, A times negative 4, we get?
Negative 4A.
Negative 4A. Our inner terms, 3 and A?
3A.
3A. And then our last term is 3 times negative 4?
Negative 12.
Negative 12. So, do you guys look in that little yellow section, what are they doing with all of our terms at the bottom of that page?
Combining them
Adding them together, right? So, if we do that with ours, we rewrite it so they're all being added together. We have a squared plus negative 4a plus 3a plus negative 12, right? Are there any like terms now?
Yes.
Yes.
Which ones?
Negative 4a,
And 3a? So if we combine those, what do we get?
negative
Negative 1a, right? Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, right? We still have that negative 12. I just have to clean it up, right? Minus 12. It's not
Negative 7, negative 6.
7. That's an arrow. There. Alright, so last problem here. We have x minus 3 squared. So when we square something, what are we really doing?
Multiplying everything by 2. By itself,
By
twice.
itself. So if we're taking x minus 3 times itself 2 times, how should we rewrite it?
X times x.
X
X squared is negative 3
times
squared.
x minus 3 parentheses times x.
Because this is the whole polynomial, x minus 3. So you have to take the whole polynomial times itself when we square it.
So how do we
Well, we have 2 subtraction signs, don't we?
um,
So what do we do?
and the opposite?
Add the opposite, that's right.
Just one.
Alright, so now you guys FOIL this out. So what you should have is each letter, so FOIL. And you don't have to write first term, outer term, inner term, last term. You just have to show FOIL and your multiplication of the terms. Okay?
You have to show multiplication.
Mhm. Alright, so what are our first terms that we have?
X times x.
X times x, so first term there, first term there. X times x. What are our outer terms?
X times negative 3.
X times negative 3. How about our inner terms?
X times negative 3.
So which one comes first?
negative 3 times x.
Yeah, negative 3 times x. Then our last term, negative 3 times negative 3. There we go. So x times x equals what?
X squared.
X squared. I'm just going to go down the line. You guys tell me what they are.
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x. Next one.
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x. Next one.
9.
Positive 9. There we go.
X.
So just like they did in the book, at the bottom of our page, they added them all together, so just rewrite them all being added together. Negative 3x plus negative 3x
Plus 9.
plus 9.
And
Are they like terms?
Yes.
What are they?
Negative 3x.
And how do we combine those then?
We just turn them into 0. Basically.
Negative 3x plus negative 3x.
Say 0.
Negative
Makes it less.
Plus negative 6x. We just have to clean that up, so what should our final answer be?
X squared minus 6x plus
Alright. So, does anyone have any questions about multiplying polynomials by other polynomials? No?